This. Next up, we have Sky and Soul by Creo. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what has happened here musically. If you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, one of them paid subscriptions. Give me money. Do not do it at your own expense. Be responsible with your money. I love it when you give me money. Do not do it at your own expense. Disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this track ever, so I will be pausing a lot, as I will be explaining things and pointing things out as I hear them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream. I stumbled upon my words earlier, and we got a follow and everything, so whatever happens, happens. This is a single take thing. So with that said, let's do this. Sky and Soul. Let's go. Musker, thank you for the follow, by the way. Welcome to the mosh pit. Okay, so we start with two synths going on. We have one holding a chord down and giving us a very steady background. And then we have the other synth giving us what could be arpeggios, it could be our motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed from which everything else comes from, right? And it is kind of displaced rhythmically. So rhythmic displacement, let's start with this concept. So rhythmic displacement is when you take... Yeah, I don't think there's a motif yet. This just sounds like accompaniment. But still, the idea of rhythmic displacement is when you displace the rhythm. When you move things ever so slightly off the actual beat, and you just let that rhythmic oddity, like the conflict between the rhythms, sound even more. If you want to hear the best example of rhythmic displacement out there, listen to the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater. The guitar there is doing the same thing for the entire first minute, and everybody else is engaging in rhythmic displacement around it. It is insane, and at points it's really difficult to believe that the guitar is still doing the exact same thing. So, if you want that, I'm not going to play it right now because of copyright, but if you want that, just check this for a brilliant example in rhythmic displacement. Let's get back to this. Let's see how this goes. So you can hear that, right? Like the displacement there. We bring in the drums and the bass, and we slow down. We slow down the arpeggio. We're engaging in active elongation. Elongation is just what you heard there. It slows down, and now it's taking longer for this arpeggio to happen. Let's see what we get here. We're getting chords being brought up with the downbeat. And we bring it back. So far, the arpeggios have been one of our motifs, because everything that has happened here for the first 43 seconds has been around those arpeggios. So, let's see where it goes. Rhythmic displacement again with the drums. We went from one drum beat at the downbeat, and now we're bringing the actual drum beat, and the whole connotation just changes. I tell you, drums, rhythmic displacement, this kind of thing, just mwah. There you go. Mel, welcome to the day. How you doing? Oh, that was great. That was a very, very... Yes, Zelnick, yes. That was very lovely. We have... I think a very common theme in this track is going to be rhythmic displacement. Because what did we do just now for this drop? We pushed the dropping off the beat just a little bit. we displaced it just a little bit. We went off the ramp for a split second, and we displaced the beat with a little bit of silence. And that small delay, that displacement, it just gets to you. Let's see. Isiper, welcome to the day. How you doing? The melody is based on the original motif. The melody is based... It is the arpeggios at the start are the original motif. What are we doing with this? Rhythmic displacement. The whole theme here has been rhythmic displacement. So the arpeggio that we were doing gives this shape over here, right? So it was the same thing repeating over and over. What are we doing now? We are taking bits of this and we are displacing them rhythmically. We're just having, okay, first we play the first 3 notes, then we push a little bit back, and we get the next 3 notes. Then we do an inversion of that, which inversion just means you flip a musical idea upside down. And we take it like that, and we're just developing this melody primarily using rhythmic displacement. I'm in. Let's see where this goes. And yeah, the background. Yeah, we're doing rhythmic displacement, we're doing a little bit of inversion, we're doing a little bit of sequencing. So sequencing is another way of developing a melody. Sequencing just means you take a melodic idea, and instead of just repeating it again, you just do it higher, lower, somewhere else in the scale, but you keep the overall shape the way that it is. That is sequencing, and we're doing a little bit of that, but primarily we are focusing on that rhythmic displacement, just moving things around a little bit, giving the background, so we are having other synths still playing in the background, giving us that grounded sense of rhythm, that very steady beat, still ongoing, and it is the melody that is changing back and forth, going back and forth between the different stages of rhythmic displacement, but at the end, we are still getting that motif. All right. A break here. And again, we change over to, instead of arpeggiating the chords, which, you know, arpeggios when you play a chord 1 note at a time, now we're just holding down the chords. And how do we engage in rhythmic displacement? We engage in a kill switch. A kill switch is a physical button that some guitars have that just cut the audio, like just turn the volume to 0, and you can press it back and forth. In electronic music, it's a lot simpler, or it can be a lot simpler. You know, you have your little audio track, and what you do is that you just cut it and move it, and that's it. You get your kill switch engaged. I said the thing, like this. You can just move these things around. So Creo is going from the melodic score, actually going for the melody, rhythmic displacement, to now just taking the audio waves and splicing them over time and using that as rhythmic displacement. The entire theme over here is rhythmic displacement. I love it. Let's see where it goes. Bit of guitar, still having that displacement. Let's see. Variation of the original motif, once again with another synth, a little bit lower, interrupted. This is Are these also vocal chops? No, that was a guitar. That was our guitar. We are having a synth there that does kind of sound like vocal chops. It's a bit tricky with some of these because some of these are based on vocal chops and everything. Especially with the way that they are mixed, it's difficult to tell. The only person that would be able to tell you with certainty about which one or what it is Creo himself. So, let's see where this goes. So yeah, we are engaging in rhythmic displacement, which is also syncopation. Syncopation, anything that happens between the drum beats is syncopation. Syncopation just means to go against the beat. And it's a way of rhythmic displacement. It's like one of the easiest ways of doing rhythmic displacement. And Creo is absolutely just fully nailing this in our head as a theme. I personally love it. I love how, I do love how the art is kind of like a mix between a Death Star and No Man's Sky. I love it. Let's see. We're having one synth holding up there. And once again, we change it over. Okay, so as you can hear, we are going back and forth between these concepts of syncopation, rhythmic displacement in the melody, then rhythmic displacement in the audio. Then we switch around the musical idea to something similar, and then we just explore it again. And then we just explore it again. This is really, really good. MVP, welcome today. Not yet, not yet. Man. Like, this is it's a relatively straightforward concept, and Creo is fully exploiting it. These are some good chops. Yeah, let's see. So now we go to a contrasting section where now the chords are being held and the melodies are very straightforward. How do we engage in rhythmic displacement then? You change the drums themselves. Now the drums have completely changed and we flipped the idea upside down. Because so far the rhythmic displacement was based on the drums, where they were, and how everything else was kind of being pushed around. Now we push around the drums and everything else it's completely flipped. It's completely flipped. Let's see where it goes. There we go. A brief moment of going off the ramp. Going off the ramp, once again, is a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial just means that I'm using a simpler, easier to understand, or easier to use term, not an academic one. And in this case, it is the transition. This transition over here, it feels like we've gone off the ramp. We're at the mercy of inertia. We're kind of suspended up in the air, that kind of thing. How do you do that? Remove the drums. Maybe the bass too. That's what happened here. That's what's going on. Let's see where it goes. So we leave very small, faint synths. We are approaching the climax. Ooh. Oh, wow. For a second, I thought that wasn't going to land. Because we bring in this organ playing a couple of chords, very different from what we'd heard so far. And we change the drums to become more on the smoother side. That whiplash almost didn't land. That almost didn't land, especially because we're in climax zone now. Usually when you're in roughly the last minute and a half of your piece or your song, you want that to be the climax. And the climax, you want to usually revisit as much of the material as you have, make it as grandiose as possible. So taking this left turn over here, very risky. It almost didn't land for me, so let's see where it goes. It's more of a callback of the start. And we have that organ. This is beautiful. And we got rid of the rhythmic displacement for this. This is very straightforward. It is beautifully done. The chords are there, the motif is there, and we got rid of the rhythmic displacement. Well, we went through the sky, now we're going through the sun, through the soul. Got those chorus vocal tracks. Let's see. Yeah, we've met. We are reaching that high point where there's no more displacement. Everything is exactly where it needs to be. And everything is just pretty. I kind of missed the rhythmic displacement, but at the same time, this is very cathartic. Because we went through all the tumultuous aspect of this whole thing, and now we are here. We are in the we made it point. Man! Very lovely. London Heaven, it feels like it. Yeah, very beautiful. How are you gonna end this, though? We have very short time left. How are you gonna end this? Slow down, a couple of last hits. And you ended with a half cadence. Ah, you cheeky bastard. Okay, so and there you go. Okay, so we end this with a half cadence. You cheeky bastard. Okay, so half cadence. Let me explain right. The whole concept of cadence. When you're making music, you're doing one of two things. Number one, you are building tension. Number two, you are resolving that tension. Point in between is called the cadence. However, there is one very particular type of cadence, which is the half cadence, which is you leave this unresolved so that it either resolves in the next section or it doesn't resolve at all. And what Creo has done here is that he has gone for the latter. We don't resolve it at all. We leave it in the to be continued thing. Now, if you're making an album with this kind of stuff, because I've done this. If you listen to Second Conquest, followed by As We March, Second Conquest ends on a half cadence. The tension is still there, and As We March lands that tension. So you can absolutely do this, and it could be that whatever track comes after this resolves that tension. So there you go. Oh my god. Oh, considering how beautiful and how wild everything was, the fact that at the last second you displaced the resolution of the cadence for the next track to deal with, you cheeky bastard. Oh boy, there you go. If it has vocal chops, it's still a track, not a song. It becomes a song when the focal point of the composition is to sing the lyrics. If you have things like background chorus, that kind of thing, it can still qualify as a track. For example, a good example of that would be Beethoven's Ode to Joy. I think it's the Ninth Symphony, which has a chorus singing, but that is not the focal point of the entire composition, so it still counts as a musical piece, as a symphony. So if there were lyrics that were the focal point throughout the majority of the song, then it becomes a song. So yeah, there you have it. That was Sky and Soul by Creo. What a trip, what a journey. That was yeah, it leaves you wanting for more. That's kind of what the half cadence does, and that's a good thing. So there you have it. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. If you're watching this on the video thing. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. One of them paid subscriptions. Support the channel even further with that. Do not do it at your own expense. Be responsible with your money. And if you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it down below. If you want to request a song, by the way, if you're on the stream, you can start requesting songs now. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, links available down below for the Discord. Go to the LFA requests channel. Follow the instructions on the pinned messages. And that's it. Follow the instructions. If you don't, Ava's gonna shout at you. It's been authorized to do it. And if you want to catch these streams live when they happen, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you want to find out what time that is in your local time zone, we have the Twitch and the Discord link down below with the schedule showing in your local time zone so that you don't have to calculate. And follow the gaming channel. The gaming channel is where we put the VODs of the after shows that we do. Usually I'm catching up with a list of games that I haven't done in my life. So I'm going to be doing that kind of stuff. So link down below or go to Games Are Bastard. Same username, just swap the J for a G. And with that, there you go. That was Sky and Soul by Creo. Very, very, very beautiful. But yeah, let's